All right. Let's get everyone in the chat room. All right, we're doing the recruiting bonanza really soon here. Just gonna send a tweet if people are still using Twitter. Let's see. Okay. And let's get that nice cover art going here a bit. And the Bonanza season 30. So let's get everyone in the chat. When you're here, just say what's up. Welcome to season 30 Bonanza. And everybody remember, there will be ads in the first at 10 minutes. I can pause if everyone lets me know when the ad kicks in. Okay. If you don't know what this is CBGM. This is the College Basketball General Manager. This is the flagship league of general manager games. GM Games follows just sports management, team management games on usually mobile phones, PCs, on a Mac, that kind of good stuff. So TV Guy D's here, welcome. That's first in the chat, representing himself, letting everyone know who he is. San Diego State, good choice. They have a legacy, that'd be me, and hope you live up to it. So next up, Warlord and Chuck are here. Those guys are bros. And Breeze is here for the portal, but no, this is instead the Bonanza. And thank you to the Spider for subscribing to the General Manager Games channel. 615 followers. Usually it's cards. He's had a baby. Usually it's Aaron. He's got a life and quite busy on Sundays now. So anyways, it's mostly CBGM on the channel, but thank you, Spider, for that. Gabe, welcome to the chat. We're gonna get going here soon. Again, when the ads kick in, it's probably going to be about 8 minutes from now, but we're going to start the process. I think everyone is here for the most part that wants to do this. Kev kind of is a lurker. I don't know if you're going to get in there, Kev, say something. But if you want, I feel like we should get going here and advance. I got to save the game, that kind of thing. Pretty sure Cards is not around. In the chat, he's that busy, but he will definitely be checking to see what happens. Maybe he'll read that. So, okay, next up, we are going to show you the game, and I gotta take off this and show you the top 25. So we are on September 11th, and what we do is we roll over key dates and we live sim things that are important games. That's the way we do it in this league. So there's going to be one more rollover here that happens right at this point. I save, we go into the top 25, and we do that. So with that in mind, let's everyone, you can all watch as the game moves to the next particular dates. And I think it'll stay on the poll, if not, whatever. But anyways, we'll save from that point, make sure everyone's choices are locked in. But this is now us rolling over to the next day. There you go. Choices will be made. Kev's here. Thanks for letting me know. And yeah, I mean, I'm not waiting any longer, but again, there will be some ads, and that's it for the hour. And definitely always enjoy doing this radio type voice when I have to. but it is actually a cool thing. This is one of the most fun things in the league, is to see what happens. I no longer have teams that are as relevant in the big discussion. We're on the 18th now, so that's pretty important. We are now going to save this wonderful piece of software, and I'm going to have a sip. And then what we do is we go into Cards' account. This is kind of boring to watch the save screen, but I'll put it back on. Oh no, we'll watch it play over. So saving league. If anyone wants to ask any questions, feel free to do that in the chat. If anyone wants to talk some trash, feel like who the best player is. Now, I think there's some questions about whether some of these players are going to pass their SATs. The GPAs are not that spectacular on a few guys, and even in the top 25. Definitely dangerous. I know that with Chuck, he'll go for those types of players with OK State or St. Mary's. It won't stop him from giving it a crack. Byron Bennett, one of those players who I had at San Diego State, he failed his minimum score. He ends up at St. Mary's. St. Mary's now the new darling of the West Coast Conference. Gonzaga's had a bit of a fall off. Definitely things have changed. TV Guy D wants Bragg. Kyle Bragg is a bad man. I don't remember the names right now, but I know Kyle Bragg is just nasty. Kev, my teams are the same, 50, high 40s. I think Wichita's got is the most stable at the moment, but we're talking high 40s right now. Okay, so we saved the game. We're on the 18th. Now, next up, I'm going to go in and I'm going to go start this 125 down. So what I do now is I don't want to be spoiled as well, so I'll try to hide some of the results. But I put this curtain up for you. That goes back there. I'm going into Brian Scat. That would be Cards' account. I then go to recruiting, and then we go the reverse order to make sure there is no spoilers. And we do it from the OVR category. And Bootsy right happens to be this guy who's up from 125. Let me just make sure I get the correct back button. Oh, and I go to the right. Okay, yeah. Just making sure I know what the hell's going on. Okay. Let's do this. So, all right, everybody. It's the first player. And the first one right now is 125 and Vanderbilt. So just a sample has landed a top 25 Memphis. So I know there's ads. So what I'm going to do is, this is before 100, we're not going to go too far, but let's keep going to the next person here. 124. Wonder why it doesn't go reverse. Sean Stinson is unsigned at the moment. Moving to Brian Fomby, unsigned 123. Seton Hall, Blink. If Blink can make the chat, I don't know if he's busy or what, but Blink, you have someone at Hall with the Pirates beating out Old Dominion and Butler. So 122 to Blink. I feel like the bingo or that episode of Better Call Saul is at the bingo hall now. So 121, Kenyon Lieb here, unsigned. Quentin Johnson, so Dave Galindo, 120 UAB. He's got signing, Dave Galindo, so that's 120 off the board. And next up, John Brown, no clue. Always weird, I don't understand. That means this guy's not signing, that's what that means. I should make note of this guy, though, for other teams. Okay, so moving on, we're at 118. And 118, Auburn is top on this guy. Low GPA, kind of odd. Who wants to really go to Auburn, but 118, no one. 117, the Canadian, no one yet. Anthony Keeley, 116, JUCO, unsigned. Damian Washburn, Illinois, unsigned, from Illinois. Julius Sessom, so we got Lloyd, who is making a scoop, small forward, went in there, got who he wanted, saw something, I guess, in the West Coast, and signs him 114. Next, Jeremy Lubeck, unsigned. Next up, 112, Peter Miller, unsigned. John Shepard, 111, unsigned, Belmont. Arkansas, somewhat around. 110, unsigned. 109, Landon Gates, unsigned. Joseph Bryant, unsigned. Lewis Cardan Lewis, that's tricking me, this name. 107, unsigned. Troy Rice, 106, unsigned. Justin Palmer, 105, unsigned. Now, I think the ads are going to kick in for some of you soon, so we'll pause at around 100. Max Marbury, 104, unsigned. Michael Warhank, not to be confused with, I think, Charles Warhank, someone who's more in demand. 103, unsigned. Scott Muckle, so Providence, that's Big Ev, I believe. Or is it AK? I think it's Big Ev. But Scott Muckle is going to Providence. 2.4 GPA. Dermot Claxton, unsigned. And we're at the 100 mark. Kevin Branson, unsigned. So I'm assuming ads are coming up, or people haven't joined. They joined late. This is 10-minute mark. I'm pretty sure I put that in there. Otherwise, I might have removed it. But what's up with that? Can I keep going here, or are people getting... Anyways, I'll keep it going nice and slow at this point. Roland Donald, 99, unsigned. Okay, no ads though. All right. Dexter Barlow, 98, unsigned. Illinois is in on him. Lamont Bailey, unsigned. Next up, Major Simons, Pittsburgh in on him, unsigned, 96. 95, Blake Progan, unsigned. I'm sure you guys will tell me when the ads come up, so I'll just keep going. TJ Walls, Tenny in on him, unsigned, JUCO. Jasper Nelson, this guy is unsigned, 93. Justin Gayden, unsigned at the moment. Malcolm Ducharme, he's unsigned. And what else we got going here? We got 90, unsigned. Into the 90s. 89, Burleston, unsigned. Bob Gordon, 88, unsigned. Powers, unsigned, 87. Keep it moving. Kalervo Koloinen from Finland, 86, unsigned. Derek Neal, unsigned from Cali. Johnny Strange, unsigned, 84. Keith Shipley. So congratulations to No Chill Will. No Chill Will's got somebody for Ohio State. Keith Shipley. He's headed to the Buckeyes. Next up, Freddie Hahn, unsigned. And everyone's almost 80. Greg Dooley, unsigned at 81. Jamal Jefferson, very white looking Jamal Jefferson. 80 unsigned. Ilya Stolic, Serbia, 79 unsigned. Andre Weathers, unsigned, 78. We're almost at 75. Darius Barron, sorry. So that's, again, no chill Will getting it done. He's got 2 in the last 10. So no chill Will if you're here. I think you work at this time, but good one. Darius Barron. Yariv Ben Basat from Israel, 76 unsigned. Josh Spears, he's unsigned. Clemson's kind of looking for him. It's a JUCO. And we're into the top 75 now. So James Malone out west, he's unsigned. We got Josh Milford, he's unsigned as well, 73. Alex Houston, he is unsigned. And as we move further along, Kentucky, congratulations on that signing. I'm not sure if there's a human team with that. Yeah, there is. There's AJ Gipp. AJ got Houston here, this guy. Next up, Yuska Kusi, 71, unsigned. Ruprecht Messerschmidt. I had a laugh seeing this name earlier. 70. Ruprecht, from a very distinguished German family named the Messerschmitts, is unsigned. Peter Cook, he's off the board. Was a Prairie area interesting player. So this guy is going to Chuck. Next up, Seth Olson, Mississippi State. So the former champs from now 2 years ago. Seth Olson's going to Mississippi State and Big Ev. Next up, Thomas Fogler. He's unsigned, 67. Keep it going. Terrence Martin, unsigned, Florida. He's in demand. It's the Gators who seem to be close. Next up, Chad Williams to Blink. So Blink knows when to go for guys that he just thinks is who he wants, who he needs. He's going to Georgia Tech. Chad Williams up to 64 Georgetown. Center big going to the Big East. 63 right now. Jacob Tucker, no one. Quentin King, unsigned, 62. Still moving along. Gabe, you're Georgetown. Congratulations on that. Tim Treadwell is going to Mizzou. 61 to Spider. Next, 60, Rostislav Gusieva, Russia. 60, unsigned. Next, Danny Singletary, 59, unsigned. Dana Williams, NC State. I'm trying to remember if this was who switched to NC State as well. That's Bill, I think. Not Rook. I think it's Bill. But Dana Williams is going to NC State, center. Alex Nicholson, point guard. Charles Stone, point guard, unsigned. We're at 55 now. Torrey Garrett, he's unsigned. Sean Davis, 54, unsigned. Pitt seems to be in a lot of these guys, but has not locked them up. Stanley Griffin, Dave Galindo, 53, Michigan. Tom Neely, and another signing for No Chill Will. Beats out St. Mary's. Tom Neely, the center, going to Memphis, potentially. Jamal Hare, Mississippi State, Big Ev. Next up, Neil Holmes, still out there waiting for somebody. And we're into the top 50 now. And now in the top 50, Russell Price. So this is a team Desired is going to get back. Our Aussie mate who's come back to the league. He's taking this team. He's got a Hawaiian here, Russell Price. We're into 48. Will Bessaker going to UConn. Beating out Gabe, unfortunately. Beating out Bill. So that's too bad, but it's going to Kev. All right, 47, Rob Spurgeon. He's unsigned, 47. Moving on, Joe Smith, Pittsburgh. Unsigned. 45, Desmond Flores. Unsigned right now. Ahmad Brinker, South Carolina. So the Gamecocks are getting a player. And I forget who runs them again. Anyways, but Ahmad Brinker is going to South Carolina. We're in the 43. Jarens Grauer. It's going to Gabe, this guy. So he beats out Davidson. He beats out Daeg. He beats out Daeg on 2 teams. Georgetown Grauer. It's going to Gabe. Brett Yarborough, JUCO, unsigned, 42. 41, Taryn Tarver. Kind of a mix. No one's got him yet. Ryan Cadre going to Chuck in St. Mary's. So he definitely wanted to play for them. A verbal agreement with Chuck, 40. Tremaine Persinger, unsigned right now, 39. Larry Murray, mini. So Kev again. So it looks like some people are having good years this year. It looks like Nocho Will, Gabe, Kev, Chuck. These names are doing well. Next up, Todd Hounty, Purdue, Spider. So power forwards going to the Boilermakers, Spiderlands. And next up, we got Haidong Ho, one of the best names to grace us, but Haidong Ho, Haidong Ho is unsigned right now. 36, can actually score and get boards. China's greatest export, a true Ho. Next, Larry Heron, Florida, signed. Beats out Auburn, beats out UCLA. Beats out, look how many hot teams there were. This guy is definitely spreading his legs for many. Next, Matt Green, unsigned, 34. Now we're getting close to the top 30. Sean Hall, JUCO, unsigned, 33. Bob Bass going to Arkansas. That's his decision. Miami, you weren't even freaking close. God, look how many teams were trying to get this guy. Dame wasn't even hot. Look at that. But yeah, this is misleading. Bob Bass going to Arkansas. Warlord. And I have no idea who the hell just wrote that in the chat, but definitely going to get a huge freaking boot. Swift kick. Charles Calloway, signed, Tenny. Definitely. Let me see if I can actually moderate from here. Don't think I can. Oh well, whatever. Carry on. Okay, Callaway, Tenny. Ago, congrats. 19 points a game, power forward, 30. Top 30 now. Isaac Jones, unsigned, still out there waiting for somebody. 29, Shane Wilkins Butler. So Coffee's starting to make his moves at the right time. The top 30 is a good place to start hearing new names. Shane Wilkins, 29, to Coffee at Butler. Greg Steele, this was an early signing. Kind of boring there. Adam Scott going to VCU. So someone's got to cover up for Palmer when he's gone. Ends up beating out several hot teams here. VCU is an up-and-coming team in terms of prestige, and they're doing really well to keep evolving. Adam Scott, he's gone. Jameel Davis, Maryland, still in on a Michigan State, and Daw Egg. So this is going to be a battle with Coffee and Daw Egg. They're going after this guy. Ryan White, Tenny. Another Ago signing, so that's another good player there. And we're in the top 25. So the 5 stars are on now. This is when it gets real interesting. 5-star territory. See what we got going through the 5-star list. And the next one, we got Baylor. Great. Last time Kansas had about 4 players out of the top 25. Now Baylor looking to add. They got 24. Who's got 23 here? Thierry Ellis. He's going to Butler. So like I said, here comes Coffee. Coffee's making his move now. At 23, Thierry Ellis going to Coffee. And next up, Antonio Vinning, unsigned. He's going to no one yet. And moving down the list, we have Charlie Warhank going to No Chill Will. So stays in state. This is a really good signing. I'm going to give respect to that. No Chill Will, glad you got your exports in because you've just taken Ohio State to another level right now. And next up, 20, Leon Swift, still out there, and big names all over him. Michigan State and North Carolina, so choose at your own risk. Number 19, Edgar Kisslinger, and he's going back for the Euros. Baylor takes the German, 6'5" German, 214. Kisslinger. There's another Euro coming up. I think a Finn's coming up soon. And next up, AJ Wright, Kansas. Nope, nothing yet. Unsigned. He's still out there waiting for someone. And after that, we have Lily Laitila. He's the other Euro. Unsigned. We're almost in the top 15 now. Running out of players here, but the best ones are to come. David Wilson, Oregon. Oh my God, I thought it was Baylor again. But another green and later green, almost yellow. The Ducks take him from Florida. The Pac-12 has created a theft. They have poached the Southeast region, beating out Alabama, beating out OK State. Next up, Keith Humphrey, he's unsigned. And right now it's pretty tight. Louisville's in on him. Florida's still in on him. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens on the next choice. And next up, Omar Springer. So Notre Dame, the champions, they've got a 5-star player. Their name is being heard now. The center out of Missouri, Omar Springer. We're into the top 13. Raul Gooden, here comes Kansas. They're due for about 3 or 4 of these guys. And Raul Gooden from Texas to Kansas, still in region. Next up, 12, Texas. Texas makes their move. Freddie Graham. They've kind of been cleaning up their home state here. Greg Steele, 2 point guards, Steele and Graham. They're going to have to find time for them both. Number 11, Anton Eisenhower, still out there. And Blink is so close. Tenney is so close. Michigan State's in there, but Blink is so close here. What's it going to be? Tenney's so close as well. Top 10 time. What do we got? Here we go. Number 10, Johnny Wessel. And it's Coffee. So Maryland, now we're seeing Coffee in the mix. He strikes again at the right time. Johnny Wessel to Maryland. There's some teams we haven't really heard from much yet. Louisville doesn't have a signing. Let's see who else we got here. Rico Lavin. So another center the logjam starts at center for Dame. And he's signing, and another 5-star to Notre Dame. Next up, Patrick Alexander from Illinois is unsigned. So that'll be a guy in demand as the next round proceeds. And next up after this, Ben Alford, unsigned at number 7. And we're into the top 6. When we know Kyle Bragg is the one a lot of people want to get. And added to that, Marquise King. So I just broke the curse of Louisville by saying something. And Cards has a guy, Marquise King, point guard, much better than the point guard he has, Jamar Griffith. This is the future. 1 year at the point guard position. And if you ever watched the Cards intro, Cards video 101, how to play this game, it's all about having a point guard as your best player, is what he says. He's got one. Next up, we're in the top 5. Number 5, we got Jack Smalls. So Nova has struck. Jack Smalls beats out West Virginia, North Carolina, Florida. Kev. Nova, Big East, filling in for missing Creighton. Next up, Caleb Bailey. So Baylor wasn't done yet. Marco Logan, right to Caleb Bailey, and another top 5 player. Baylor seems to like to scoop these guys. Who's going to get Kyle Bragg? Who's it going to be? And next up, we got Xavier Midgley is going to UConn. That's huge. Kev's one of his biggest ever signings. Kev BK beats out Dog, beats out Michigan State, beats out Louisville. He's done it. And a center as well, his favorite. Those centers that somehow he seems to max out them in his playbook. And now we're into Kyle Bragg and Miko Barrett. So who's it going to be? Any predictions on Kyle Bragg? Put them in the chat now, because I'm going to be flipping this thing soon. And I don't know if it's Barrett next or Bragg. Probably Barrett. Any votes? No? Is there a delay? I'm going to let it... No. No one really cares. Everyone's too managed. All right, let's go. Let's see who the next one's going to be. We got Kyle Bragg, Florida. Wow. Who wants to talk about that? Bubba didn't want to jinx himself. Gator Boys from Cali. Dem Gator Boys. Gainesville. Can't stop the chomp. Can't stop the chomp at all here. And Miko Barrett, number 1. Going to nobody. Nobody at all. Miko Barrett, unsigned. And that is a wrap. So, thanks everybody. Want to definitely thank you for coming out. And Kyle Bragg, the big winner, goes to Bubba. And that's it. And for the record, the next sim is not going to be exactly at 8. I am going to Christmas parties near my work where I need to travel. And there will be late night sims. And I will also give enough time for everybody to do their choices after those late night sims. So we're talking day and a half per sim from this point. Next 3 days, 2 days, 2 or 3 days. All right. Thanks, everybody. Hope you join the CBGM. I'm going to post a link in here again in case any of you guys want to know our website, cbgm.news. And that's a wrap. Okay. See ya. Bye-bye.